Hi, everyone, and welcome back to the Eco Certifications Hospitality channel, the Hospitality Professional channel. Today, we're going to talk about something that every restaurant manager, hotel F and B manager, and restaurant owner should understand: restaurant KPIs and ratios. Whether you operate a small independent restaurant, a hotel restaurant, or a large hospitality operation, these indicators help you understand if your business is healthy, profitable, and operating efficiently. In this video, we'll review 7 of the most important restaurant KPIs, what they mean, how they are calculated, and what it means when they are too high or too low. And we'll finish with one additional KPI that investors and restaurant owners often pay very close attention to. Let's get started. Food cost measures how much of your revenue is spent on food, ingredients, and raw materials. A typical target range is between 28% and 32%. If your food cost is significantly above this range, it may indicate overportioning or purchasing issues, as well theft, or menu pricing that is too low. If your food cost is unusually low, it may suggest that portions are too small or that food quality is being compromised. Food costs can vary significantly depending on where your restaurant operates. For example, restaurants located on islands, in remote destinations, or in countries that depend heavily on food imports often experience higher food costs than restaurants located close to agricultural production areas. An important food wasting is also one of the most common reasons for elevated food cost. This is actually an area where our consulting team can help. We provide food waste management services for hospitality businesses of all sizes, helping reduce waste, improve purchasing efficiency, and ultimately improve profitability while reducing environmental impact. Don't hesitate to contact us if you need some help to reduce the food waste in your property or restaurant. Labor cost measures how much of your revenue is spent on salaries, benefits, and payroll related expenses. The typical benchmark is between 20% and 30%. If labor cost is too high, it may indicate a potential overstaffing or low productivity, poor scheduling, or low customer volume. If it is too low, it could indicate understaffing, which often impacts service quality and employee satisfaction. Labor cost is one of the most geographically sensitive KPIs. For example, restaurants in Switzerland, Singapore, or Australia generally face much higher labor costs than restaurants operating in Indonesia, Vietnam, or the Philippines. Many operators consider prime cost to be the most important restaurant KPI. Prime cost combines food cost plus labor cost, which are usually the two largest expenses in any restaurant. A healthy prime cost generally falls between 55% and 60%. If the number climbs above 65%, profitability becomes increasingly difficult because there is less money available to cover rent, utilities, maintenance, marketing, and profit. Gross profit margin measures how much money remains after paying for food ingredients. A healthy restaurant generally targets around 70%. A low gross profit margin may indicate expensive ingredients or poor menu pricing as well as excessive waste. A very high gross profit margin can be positive, but it may also indicate that pricing is becoming disconnected from customer expectations. Net profit margin is what ultimately matters most. This measures the percentage of revenue that remains as profit after all expenses have been paid. A healthy restaurant often achieves between 8% and 15%. If net profit is consistently below this level, management should investigate the underlying causes, whether they are labor, food costs, rent, utilities, or insufficient sales volume. This KPI is heavily influenced by local factors such as taxation, labor regulations, utility costs, and real estate prices. Table turnover measures how many times a table is occupied during a meal period. Most restaurants aim for between 2 and 3 turnovers per meal period. A low turnover may indicate a low demand, but also an inefficient service or excessive waiting times. A very high turnover can increase revenue, but it may also create pressure on guests and negatively affect the dining experience. This KPI also varies significantly across cultures. For example, guests in France, Italy, or Spain often spend more time at the table compared with guests in fast paced urban environments or food courts in Asia. Inventory turnover measures how quickly stock is consumed and replenished. A typical target is between 4 and 8 times per month. If turnover is too low, it may indicate overstocking, meaning cash tied up in inventory, and it increased spoilage risk. If turnover is too high, stock shortages may become more frequent. Restaurants operating in remote areas or islands often maintain larger inventories because deliveries may be less reliable. Finally, let's look at one KPI that is often closely monitored by investors and restaurant owners. Occupancy cost measures the percentage of revenue consumed by rent and property related expenses. A healthy range is typically between 5% and 10% of revenue. When occupancy cost exceeds 12%, profitability can become increasingly difficult, regardless of how efficiently the restaurant operates. This KPI varies enormously depending on location. A restaurant in central Paris, London, Singapore, or New York will typically face much higher occupancy costs than a similar operation in a secondary city. Understanding these KPIs is essential for making informed operational decisions. While no single metric tells the whole story, together they provide a powerful picture of a restaurant's financial health and operational performance. Whether you're managing a restaurant, a hotel, F&B outlet, or considering opening a new concept, regularly monitoring these indicators can help identify opportunities, improve profitability, and support long-term success. If you enjoyed this video, if you found value in it, don't forget to like, subscribe to our channel, and share it with hospitality professionals in your network. It gives more power to our contents. And if you'd like support on sustainability, food waste reduction, or operational performance improvement, you are more than welcome to contact us or to visit our website to learn more about our consulting services. Thanks for watching and see you in the next video.